Oxidation and reduction. So this is the continuation of the types of reaction. So क्या क्या types of reaction है? So we have started with decomposition, combination. Then we have seen displacement. We have single displacement. Then we have double displacement. And finally, now we'll see about the oxidation and reduction. Do you have any doubt in the previous topic? So what is oxidation? And what is the reduction? What is meaning of this? So ऑक्सीडेशन नाम क्या ऑक्सीडेशन तो जब इसमें ऑक्सीजन क्या होगा कंबाइन होगा ओके दैट विल बी कॉल्ड एज ऑक्सीडेशन और जब ऑक्सीजन रिमूव होगा दैट विल कॉल एज द रिडक्शन किसी चीज से किसी चीज को जोड़ रहे हैं so what we are adding here to the particular elements or compounds you are going to add the oxygen so that is called as the oxidation so oxidation is also defined as addition of oxygen and another is removal of hydrogen. What is the concept? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Apart from this, we'll go in the depth means there you see that how this change is going to take place and we'll have concept of the oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So first we need to understand what is the oxidation. So here if you see that in case of copper, oxygen is being added. Again, heat is required here. Okay. So when we are going to supply the heat, it will call as the endothermic reaction. And finally, oxygen is going to combine with copper. So that's why it is which type of the reaction? Oxidation. Okay. And generally, if you are going to pass the hydrogen gas over this heated copper oxide, then it will have the black coating on the surface that will turns brown as reverse reaction takes place. So first we got from the copper with oxygen what we got? Copper oxide. Now on this copper oxide, if you are going to pass the hydrogen and again heat is given, so finally again it will get as the previous reactant. So copper will be separated here and we'll get the water. So in this case, what you are saying that in the second reaction, hydrogen is going to get the oxygen. Okay. So the substance which gained the oxygen during the reaction is said to be oxidized. So in the previous case, copper was oxidized. Now hydrogen is being oxidized. A substance that is going to lose the oxygen that is said to be reduced. So in the second reaction में copper oxide क्या किया ऑक्सीजन को लूज किया तो कॉपर का क्या हुआ कॉपर ऑक्साइड का रिडक्शन हुआ और हाइड्रोजन का क्या हुआ ऑक्सीडेशन हुआ ओके so like this concept you have to keep in mind so the substance who is going to supply the oxygen will call as the oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Similarly, reducing agent. Okay, opposite of oxidizing agent, reducing agent. The substance which is helpful to reduce the oxygen that will be called as the reducing agent. So here copper oxide is going to provide the oxygen. So it is the oxidizing agent and hydrogen is going to be oxidized. Hydrogen is converted into what? Water. So like this, and in some reaction at the same time, oxidation and reduction both will take place. Okay. So that discussion here we have in detail. Any doubt? कुछ समझ में नहीं आया? You can write in the comment box. Okay. So now finally both reaction is combined here. So finally what we are saying, this copper oxide is going to lose the oxygen. So that's why it is going under the reduction. Copper oxide reduced to copper. Hydrogen is being added with oxygen. So it is going under the oxidation, and hydrogen is oxidized to water. Similarly, so when we have reduction and oxidation, both takes place together, so that also called as the redox reaction. RED from here, OX from here. So that's called as the redox. Means the reduction and oxidation both takes place. So such type of reaction is called as the redox reaction. Now here if you see another example, we have ZnO plus carbon. So now what we are saying that who is going to lose the oxygen? Zinc oxide is going to lose the oxygen and it is converted to zinc. So reduction takes place, whereas carbon is being attached with oxygen. So here oxidation takes place. Similarly, another reaction we have MnO plus 4HCl. Then we are getting MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. So now again this MnO3 is going to, this MnO2 is going to lose the oxygen and it is changed to MnCl2. So here what's happening? Reduction. And whereas HCl is being added, so that hydrogen of this HCl is going to attach with oxygen. So this HCl hydrogen from here is changed to the water. So here oxidation takes place. Who is oxidized? Okay. And finally here we have chlorine. So like this we have oxidation, reduction, okay, that occurs simultaneously. So now further we have discussion about more about oxidation and reduction here. Okay. So now we have at last what is the effect of oxidation or reaction in day-to-day life. So first one is about here corrosion. So what is the corrosion? First we need to understand what is the corrosion. So surrounding of us, we are seeing that day-to-day life, so many phenomena is going to occur. In that, suppose for example, you are going to observe some substance like some metals, so that is going to change their color and their shining is going to change, especially iron particles. Okay, it is going to change to the reddish brown when we are going to leave it for the long time in the contact of air and moisture. So this process is known as the rusting of iron. The formation of reddish brown powder-like structures on the iron is called as rusting of the iron. And it have some other layer you can put on this for the protection. Okay. So this is happening due to the moisture, acids. Okay. So when we'll keep for the long time, it will be porate, means some layers of that will be loosed from the surface of the iron. So this process is again called as the corrosion. So this black coating on silver and the green coating on the copper are the example of corrosion. So when we see that silver ornaments or silver वेसल्स, पूजा का कुछ वेसल्स मान लीजिए सिल्वर का या कॉपर का, तो उसमें यदि मॉइस्चर रहने के बाद क्या होता है, सिल्वर थोड़ा सा ब्लैकिश हो जाता है। और जो कॉपर का वेसल्स है उसमें आप पूजा करने के बाद मान लीजिए छोड़ दीजिए या ऐसे किसी चीज के लिए आप यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें क्या होगा, एक ग्रीनिश फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा। सो दैट इज हैपनिंग ड्यू टू कोरोजन। So generally due to corrosion we have lot of damage. So again we have to go for the maintenance. So lot of money is being spent on this replace the damage due to corrosion and rusting. Next is the rancidity. So in the rancidity, what is happening? The taste or smell is going to occur in the fat or oily substance. So that is generally happening here in the food materials. So food, fats or oils are going being oxidized. When you will keep it open, जब खुला रखते हैं तो क्या होगा, इसको sufficient amount का oxygen मिलता है. Finally, it will do some reactions and it will form the oxides. So that is going to oxidize, means oxygen is being attached. Then they become the rancid, and finally due to that smell will come and taste will change. What was the earlier taste, that will not be there. So how will prevent this thing? How to prevent the substance from the rancidity? So means we have to stop the oxidation. So to stop the oxidation, we have to use the antioxidants. Antioxidants that will protect the food which contains the fats, oils, like suppose pickle is there. Okay. So we keep the airtight containers. So generally, if you see that if you're eating the chips, so in the chips you see that gas is inside that. So that gas is what? Nitrogen. It is used to prevent these chips to get oxidized. So nitrogen gas is used in the chips. Okay. So these are the things about oxidation, reduction, and effect of oxidation in day-to-day life. For that, we have example is corrosion and rancidity. है ना? So corrosion को generally क्या जंग लग गया या उस पे लेयर निकल रहा है. Okay, these are coming under the corrosion. Okay. So we have different, one more lecture is separately for the entire chapter. So that also you can see in the playlist. Okay. Any doubt is there, you can write in the comments. Okay. Next we'll have another chapters. Maybe one chapter we'll see from the part of the physics. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.